it is good to see you. Obviously, we know you had a herniated disc and surgery, so I guess we just start there. You saw you play a few games. Were you hurt in a game, or was this something that just had kind of built over time and it got to a point you kind of had to have it addressed?
I'm not sure exactly when it began. I'm not sure if I played in a game with it. I just know that I didn't feel myself after a game, so we went and got it checked, and those were the results.
Speaking of that, like, what do you mean? Like, what did it feel like? What did it feel like?
I really didn't feel any uncomfortability. That's the weird part about it. Kind of something that just came out of nowhere and had to address it quick.
And was it affecting like arms, legs, like motion, anything like that?
Not really. Not anything that I could detect while playing. I just, like I said, didn't feel myself. A little unbalanced, a little bit, as I would run or do certain things, but it didn't necessarily have any pain tolerance or pain level or anything like that.
Was anything in the spine is a scary injury just for anyone at any point. So what was that process like to go through I don't know if you had an option of not having surgery, or like what was that conversation or thought like? 'Cause I'm sure, I don't know if your career flashed before your eyes to a degree. So what was that whole process like of like, do I have to have surgery? Yes, I do. Can I play again? What was that all about?
Yeah, it was definitely a tough process. Definitely tough getting the news. The only way to hoop again would be to get the surgery. So that was my mindset from the jump, and really just taking everything in and knowing how serious of the situation it was. So just being thankful that I'm still here to speak and be able to have an opportunity to hoop again.
So yeah, that's the plan is to see if you can play again.
100%, yeah. I'm gonna play again for sure.
Has there been a timeline set out to you for how long this process?
No, not right now. Just really have to just let the surgery heal. That's my number one goal, and that's my only goal for right now. That's the most important one. So it's a day-to-day process. I'm doing certain things to rehab and get stronger and put myself in the best position to be back.
Is the toughest part just a tug of war? You want to be out there for your teammates, and you want to play. Like that, you got to take care of yourself. Like Jim said, this is a serious injury. So is that the toughest part?
Yeah, but I'm a vet now, so I do a good job of keeping myself inserted and connected to the guys while going through this. I've had ankle and shoulder surgery over the past 4 years as well. So not a good thing, but I'm kind of accustomed to how to get through these type of situations. So it's a day-by-day process, and I'm attacking it hard. So
I know you are pretty grounded as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
Just your feelings going into this, like thinking, like, oh, I'm about to have neck surgery.
Yeah.
For a normal person, that's pretty serious, but a
Mm-hmm.
person who kind of relies on their body for their profession, like, just your thoughts, like, as you were kind of.
Yeah, well, if I was 35, 36, and was in a position where my kids were a little older and maybe I felt like I didn't have time left, then I probably wouldn't have got the surgery and just carried on about my life. But I still feel like I got a lot in the tank. I'm only 31, so God blessed me with these talents, so I feel like I should exert them to the end. And after that, I have plenty of life to live and plenty of time to be a great husband and a great dad.
I know you say you're not quite sure when and where, but I mean, we did see you take a pretty big collision in the Indiana game, and then you played the next night. And so, any thought on that? Like maybe that collision with Bradley?
That may have been the what put it over the top, but I was feeling a little uneven before that, so that's why I really can't really nitpick where exactly it started.
Would there be a point in your rehab where you just have that this year won't be the year? Like, do you get what I'm saying? That like at some point it's not moving along well enough that you could say like, all right, well I guess it won't be this year. I'll be back next year.
To be honest, if it's up to me, I'd obviously play more at a quicker rate than what everybody else would. But right now, like I said, I can't even think about basketball until the surgery is fully healed and I get cleared to start doing basketball activities again. So I'm not even thinking that far. I'd be doing a disservice to my rehab to do so. So I'm just trying to stay in a positive mindset around my support system, people that I love, do things that make me happy, being that something that I love was kind of removed. So just trying to stay in that good mental space right now while I rehab, and I think that really puts me at an advantage when it comes to healing right.
We've seen you on the road. I don't know what other organizations do.
Mm-hmm.
This organization has always wanted players to travel and
Yeah.
to stay with the team regardless of injury. How important is that for you that you know, not just welcome, that's not the right word, but you can be here, do all the things, I guess, with your team while you're kind of going through this process?
Yeah, it's definitely a good feeling. They've been great from the start of this. So shout out to the entire organization from top to bottom. They don't. I mean, obviously they mind, but I mean, it's a one-day trip. Then, especially with my rehab process, just going through my normal days. If it lands on a day off, they give me the leverage to stay back. And but for the most part, I'm traveling with the team the rest of the year for sure.
As I walk down the stairs, I've seen you turn your neck a couple times.
Yeah.
What were you able to do right now?
I'm able to live life like a normal person. If y'all saw me outside of here, you couldn't dictate that or necessarily pick out that I had surgery a few weeks ago, going on 4 weeks. So it's about just getting that strength back and just letting the surgery heal. But for right now, there's no real restrictions other than I can't do any physical activities.